Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rekakadash, and double honors to those great millstone, while it is truth, and also to the whole elect that is scattered abroad. I like to say, shalom. Coming back here today with another great powerful lesson, the spirit and the power of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So the title of today's lesson is No Coincidence. So I like to say shalom to all our listen and learn. Hope this will help you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start the lesson, we're going to look up the meaning of what coincidence.
Coincidence.
And it reads, it says, a remarkable concurrence of events or circumstances without apparent causal connection. Let's get a little bit more. Accident, chance, fate, destiny, fortune, freak, hazard. So there's no coincidence of these train derailments, these chemical plant explosion, chemical spills, you know what I'm saying, flooding throughout America, global events are happening all across the world, great calamities, great catastrophes, and not about order out of chaos, and not about we knowing he's getting ready to try to perform his enterprise, his agendas, his device, and not about we're not ignorant of Satan's device. So that everybody we seeing all these things that's going on. So we seeing what happened just a couple of days ago in Fort Lauderdale, all that flooding down there. They flooded out the airport. Also in Miami, also in New Jersey, forest fire. So it's one calamity behind another, more to come. And so why is all these things happening? It's no coincidence. We're at the end. We're living in the end of real time. And also the great and glorious return of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai is fast approaching. You know what I'm saying? And all hell is getting ready to break loose. There is no coincidence. We seeing that every day is something is happening, left and right. You know what I'm saying? And all this is happening from the left hand side, but the Lord is He's in perfect control. And also the most recent train derailment was in Rockwood, Maine. It's a train derailment, and also it was carrying hazard material. And they're saying that it is a possibility that it could spill over into that water up that way, the riverway in that area up there. Also, another one in Burnwick, Georgia, a chemical plant explosion. So, a lot of fire, a lot of smoke, a lot of gases, So it's a great chemical cloud that spread all across the South, So, hey, man, things are constantly picking up. And so we already know the first one was in Ohio, then Kentucky. Then we had one in Florida, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas, where else we had one at? We had another one somewhere else, they're all over the place. They're constantly happening left and right, train derailments all over the place, Utah, over in California it was a train derailment in somewhere in the middle of nowhere, with carrying hazardous material. And hey, man, we seeing exactly what is happening. There is no coincidence, so we seeing that, hey, man, every day. And this got Black Rock written all over it. And hey, we knowing, hey, man, we seeing it rolling out right before our eyes. This got New World Order. This digital society. We seeing it happening right before our these smart cities, 15 minute cities. They constantly breaking down the infrastructure. The supply chains line. And the stock market. The dollar is crashed. There's no coincidence. We are here. Right upon that time of trouble that we have never seen before. What is that? Jacob's trouble. And hey, man, we're living it real time. So the title of the day's lesson, once again, is No Coincidence. So we get started with a few videos. And after the videos, we will start the lesson. And I hope that you will get edified.
You were looking at footage here of a train derailment that has taken place in Rockwood, Maine. They're stating that this train derailment has hazardous material on board. And as you can see, there is a fire here. Now, when looking at Wendy and looking at this location, I'll show you over here on the map that Rockwood sits up here near Moosehead Lake. This is Rockwood, Maine. And the wind here seems to be pushing to the northwest of this area. So if you're in this area, familiar with this area, the newest alerts stating that this train derailment has taken place in this region, Rockwood, Maine, and the train carrying hazardous materials. So anyone that's downwind from this, use caution. If you know any friends or family in the area, please reach out to them and alert them as well. Follow me on Twitter for breaking news and information. I will continue to update over there as I get the details. And hit that subscribe button for more. This has been Dabu7. Stay safe out there, y'all. And much love. 7.
This is another news story, a breaking news story happening today. It is Saturday, April 15th. A massive fire at a chemical plant in Brunswick, Georgia, has triggered a shelter-in-place order within a half-mile radius. Numerous emergency agencies are actively battling this fire. The cause of the fire is not known. My name's Dave Bondi. I no longer work in the mainstream media, but I am still keeping it real. Go ahead and follow me. Hit the plus symbol right over there on TikTok. I will keep it real for you. This is a news story happening today.
Over 17 chemical fires. Do they think we idiots? Come on, y'all. This can't be a coincidence. Call me a conspiracy theorist. Call me what you want. But I'm fed up. This ain't no coincidence. Or maybe it is. Maybe I'm just seeing it all wrong. Can somebody help me out? Because what I'm seeing here, it looks like they trying to kill us all. I mean, think about the air quality. Think about the water that's getting contaminated.
Look at those flames. Look at that.
A massive fire is burning in LaSalle, 80 miles southwest of Chicago. Plumes of smoke in the air, and residents are now sheltering in place.
There are dead birds scattered across a Lexington parking lot. Meteorologist Chris Johnson shared the picture on Facebook. Turns out a lot of you found it pretty interesting. More than 12,000 people shared it. Almost 3,000 commented on it. People want to know how this happened. Chris says most likely a lightning bolt hit the birds as they were flying together in a pack.
Birds just got struck by lightning. Come on, y'all. Is it just me? It has nothing to do with Kentucky being 5 hours away from Ohio. I need some help here. Please comment and let me know.
Okay, so what's up, TikTok? Lunchtime thoughts. I'm about to show you something. The Netherlands, Italy, Ohio, Michigan, Washington State, Louisiana, Texas, and Florida. Of course, fucking Florida. Watch this. And I'll be right back.
Explosion in Tucson.
Okay, so these are all train derailments and they're all chemical fires. I mean, but that's a coincidence? And I'm sorry, but people call me a conspiracy theorist, and there's no way that all of these things are not related. I mean, and they call me a conspiracy theorist, but like, I've always heard that people that ask questions and think about things are just thinking critically. Yes, I do have a wild imagination, but I want to know why. Why are they doing this to us? Because it's clearly on purpose. What are you guys' thoughts? I want to know and have conversations about it. All right. Love you guys. Bye.
So we'll start today's lesson. Let's start off in 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. So we seeing that there is no coincidence. We seeing all these chemical fires, all across the world. It was the one in the Netherlands, a train derailment over there. So it's global. Not only here in America, it's all over. You know what I'm saying? Every country. You know what I'm saying? Everything is happening. At a fast pace. Hey man, we're here, man. At the end, it shall speak and not lie. So we'll start today's lesson. 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11 said, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And you don't want Satan, which in fact the physical counterpart of Satan is the so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? The devil that the Bible speaks of. Also these global elites. And we seeing that they're trying to get the advantage. You know what I'm saying? They trying to bring forth their device, but we're not ignorant of their device. So it's no coincidence what's happening all around the world. All these different train derailment, fire explosion. Things are happening. At an alarming rate. And you know what I'm saying? So just one behind another, just every day. You know what I'm saying? The devil's getting ready to come down with great wrath. And we're not ignorant of his device. What are his devices? We seeing them, you know what I'm saying? We seeing this hot weather manipulating machine. You seeing what happened in Fort Lauderdale, in Miami, you know what I'm saying? California, Buffalo, New York. Hey man, the list can go on and on. And this red devil is not going to stop. And it's going to get worse and worse. It's more to come. And hey man, things are not slacking down. You know what I'm saying? Things are getting ready to escalate. So let's read that again. 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11 said, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his device. And that's why the Lord said you got to redeem the time wise. You know what I'm saying? You got to walk circumspect. Know your surrounding. Know what time that you're living in. You know what I'm saying? Hey, one thing about it, it's time to watch, pray, and be sober. Hey man, because we're here, man. All of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? When the enemy coming like a flood, you know what I'm saying? Can't be sleeping. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people right now not considering. And while you are sleeping, the devil is getting busy. So now we seeing it, all over the place. Fire, smoke, flooding, and all kind of things. Earthquakes. That's that hot weather manipulate. That's what you call that using that tectonic weapon. You know what I'm saying? Got to be careful what I say. But anyway, let's go here to Ephesians chapter 6. Let's start up here. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 6, quick lesson through the Spirit. And I hope once again you get edified. Ephesians chapter 6, and we'll start up at verse 12. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12. And it reads, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And we seeing that we're in that spiritual warfare, that transition of power, the struggle in Rebecca's womb. We seeing that we're at the final a conflict. We're here. You know what I'm saying? We seeing that the global elites, they're constantly trying to bring forth their plan, this world economic form. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Spiritual wickedness in high places. You know what I'm saying? BlackRock, they pretty much that company runs the whole world. Look it up. And you know what I'm saying? We're not ignorant of Satan's device. And we seeing it happening right before our eyes. So we seeing that, hey, one realm is getting ready to clash with another realm, which in fact, that war in heaven is getting ready to go down. The Ezekiel chapter 38 war, things are happening at alarming rate. There's no coincidence. The Lord already gave us the blueprint when you read about that in Matthew chapter 24. He tell you, take heed that no man deceive you. And out about, hey man, we're here. So let's read that again. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12 said, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Verse 13 said, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Almighty, that ye may be able to withstand and in the evil day, and having done all to stand. And out about, hey man, because we're in that evil time of trouble, we got to put on the whole armor. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the time. And out about, we'll be a stronghold, a secret place. When that time of trouble come. And out about, hey man, we're here, man. There's more to come. Things are getting ready to escalate. We're living in some perilous time. So let's read that again. Verse 13. He said, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Almighty Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Hey man, we're here, man. Man, I'm telling you, but we are here. So we seeing that, hey, there's no coincidence. There's no new thing under the sun. Now everybody's getting ready to roll out his his agenda, his devices, his unrighteous decrees is happening right before our digital society, the MOTB. We'll not be able to buy and say, hey man, it is here, man. He constantly wrapping it up while you are sleeping. The devil is getting busy. No coincidence. And he's making it happen. And hey man, we're here. So now let's go here to one moment. Let's go here to Ezekiel. Let's go here to Ezekiel chapter 7. Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 25. Ezekiel chapter 7, Salaki. Ezekiel chapter 7. We'll start up at verse 25. Ezekiel chapter 7. One moment. And verse 25. And it reads, it said, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. So we seeing that, we seeing destruction all over the place. We seeing a lot of great calamities, all sorts of events across America and also across the world. And everybody going to constantly pick up, they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. And everybody, hey, we seeing that we in that time, We're coming upon that lawless time, sedition among men, uprising of the people, uproars of the people, civil unrest, civil war. These things are getting ready to happen. So now let's start back up at verse 26. Said, mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest, and the counsel from the ancient. And out about, we're seeing mischief upon mischief, rumor upon rumors. And out about, and at the end, they shall, they shall seek the Lord early. They shall seek that vision from from the prophet. He said, in that day, they shall know that a prophet was among them. And out about, we constantly warn you left and right. And out about, we are sighing and crying left and right. We telling you about all these things that is getting ready to come upon the earth. And also Bible prophecies are being fulfilled right before our eyes. And out about our salvation is very close that we yet believe. So now let's go here to second Ezra chapter 14. So like second Ezra chapter 14. Second Ezra chapter 14. One moment. Second Ezra chapter 14 and verse 13. One moment. Second Ezra chapter 13 and verse 14. And it reads, said, now therefore set thy house in order and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. It's time to renounce corruption. It's time, to let go of all the wicked thoughts. It's time to examine yourself, because we're coming upon a lawless time, a perilous time, a evil time, which in fact is Jacob trouble, a time of trouble that we have never seen before. So get your house in order, reprove, such a them. That means warn them, and I'd about, tell them, hey man, these things are getting ready to come upon the earth. And about the middle Lord, we're constantly telling you about war, pestilence, famine, great confusion, Great death and destruction, sorrow, you know what I'm saying? Persecution. We seeing all these things that's going on. Order out of chaos, you know what I'm saying? Bring forth the what? The chaos and come up with the solution. What is that solution? What? This new world order. They want what? Total control. And not about we seeing, hey man, that transition of power is happening right before our, we're what? We're in what? In the spiritual warfare. And not about it's constantly what? Intensify. And not about, hey, you know, hey man, we coming upon that time, left and right, whether you will hear or whether you will forbear. So now, let's start back up at verse 14 said, let go from the mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. And everybody, you know, says it's time to let go of the mortal thought. You know, a lot of people still going on with their daily life, thinking about, investing in certain things, you know what I'm saying? Trying to buy land, you know what I'm saying? Constantly trying to achieve more things. Hey, this place is finished. We're at the end. There will be no inhabitant left here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people thinking about their family, their great wealth, things that they have. And that's why the Lord said, let go of the mortal thoughts. And everybody, you know, said the Lord already said, the one that saves his life shall lose his life. And everybody, we got to give it all up for who? Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And everybody, you know, the great tribulation period is coming. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, we constantly warn you left and right. Hey, it's time to what? To put off the what? The weak nature. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are what? Weak, what? Afraid. You know what I'm saying? Effeminate. You know what I'm saying? Are scared to speak out against the what? The oppressor. Speak out the what? The workers of iniquity. But the only one that's standing up for righteousness. You know what I'm saying? And for the Lord's sake is who? It's the true believers of Yahweh. By Hashem Yahweh. Those are what? The elect, the house of David. And not about the Lord's get ready to return. And not about we constantly warn you left and right. When we seeing it happening just like clockwork. This is the quiet before the storm. There are what? No coincidence. There is no new thing under the sun. So now let's start back up at verse 15. And it reads, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. And I about what time? These times. And I about we telling the Lord, how long, O Lord? You know, DTA, we ready for this place to be totally destroyed. And I about this place is polluted. This place is a nightmare. If you love it here, you get ready to die here. If you're not getting beaten up, you getting burnt up. And I about we constantly warn you left and right. If you're not ready to rule, then you're ready to die. And I about, hey man, we constantly warn you left and right. We are here. It is at the door. So let's read that again. Second Ezra chapter 14 and verse 15. And it reads, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. That's why the Lord say, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, come out of here, my people. This is not your rest. And everybody, you know, we're going to be in what? In the secret place of Yahweh. By Hashem Yahweh. The Lord said he will sustain us. He will provide for us. And also the Lord is getting ready what? To deliver us. And everybody, we cannot wait. The kingdom of heaven, it is at hand. So now, let's start back up. 2 Ezra chapter 14 and verse 16. And it reads, said, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. And out about greater evils, what? We're seeing it all around. They constantly growing left and right. Great what? Calamities, great global events, you know, fire, explosion, you know what I'm saying? Flooding, you know, earthquakes. You know, rumors of wars, a lot of things are happening. You know what, the MOTB, this Digital Society, a lot of things are happening. It's getting ready to affect everyone on the planet. It is called the what? The hour of temptation. What? The hour of what? Technology. The devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath. We constantly warn, even though that we'll sound like a broken record, but these are the times that we're living in. So now, let's start back up at verse 17. And it reads, it says, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evil increase upon them that dwell therein. It constantly increase. You know what I'm saying? Wickedness has what? Exceedingly polluted what? Entire earth. Homosexuality, pedophilia, the LBQ people. You know what I'm saying? All the lower amenity is waxing cold. You know what I'm saying? Do thy will, spirit. And out about the Lord's get ready what? To burn this place. The indignation of Yahweh. By Hashem Yahweh. The Lord's get ready, hey man, to do a mighty work. So now let's start back up at verse 18. 2 Ezra chapter 14 and verse 18. For the time is fled far away, and leasing or lying is hard at hand. For now hasten the vision to come which thou hast seen. And I about what is that vision? Hey man, we're what? The end time. We're here. It's speaking loud and clear. You know what I'm saying? And what? And wickedness and lying. You know what I'm saying? All sorts of iniquity is constantly what is going very hard at hand, and not about it. You know what I'm saying? We seeing that, man. Hey, man, this place is polluted, and not about it. You know, America is finished, and not about it. You know what I'm saying? Will be no inhabitant left here, and we constantly warn you left and right. There are no coincidence. Every day it is something happen. You know what I'm saying? So hey, we're not even surprised. Once again, we're not ignorant of Satan's device. And hey, man, we're here. It is at the door. This red devil is getting ready to roll out his what? His enterprise. What? This new world order. He wants total control. But not about the total control. What is coming is what? It's the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. So the title of today's lesson, once again, is No Coincidence. So I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rikakadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.